my today's session, I'll be discussing the data concepts and Oracle Unit 2 with Chapter 2, the relational algebra and relational calculus. It is a very interesting topic, and we have a agenda like this in Chapter 2, unary relational algebra operations, select and project. Relational algebra operations from set theory, binary relational operations, join and division, additional relational operations. So with this particular relational algebra concepts, we will be discussing some unary relational algebraic operation. So before we take up any of these concepts, let me give you the introduction about relational algebra. Relational algebra is something like which takes some instance of relation as input and gives instance of relation as output. Okay, so instance of a relation, it means what? Like there are certain conditions, based on certain condition defined by the user on a particular relation, the relation is going to verify that such type of data exists or not. If it is existing, the relational algebraic operators what we have in our discussion, it is going to display the information for the user. Okay, so in today's session, let me first take up with the unary relational operations. So what is that term unary? So any operation that is performed on a single relation. So relation, you know, the example of a relation is what? Student, employee, department. These are the examples for a relation, right? They all are entity. They all are also called as tables, right? Yes. So any relational operations, unary relational operations means the operations which are performed on a single relation. Okay, so if you want to get the information from one particular relation, then we will be making use of these unary relational operators. So which are those unary relational operators? So they are the new term what you are come across in select and project. So these are the two operators which we have to get the data or records from a particular or from one single relation. So what is that uniqueness with these select and project operations? Let us look into the further concepts. The select operation is used to choose a subset of the tuples from a relation that satisfies a selection condition. So you know that a relation is having a number of tuples. For example, just check out this representation here. Student is a relation, and you all know that how many records you are finding. 5 records are there, and these records are placed row by row, and each row is referred as a unique tuple, right? Yes, so these are the tuples, and the columns, I mean the horizontal information or the horizontal row what we are referring, they all are representing the tuples, and the vertical columns here, the vertical column represents what? Attributes. Okay, so now they are telling uh, unary relational operations are applied for a single relation. So example is like those single relation operators like select and project are the operators that can be used to get the information saved in these records. Okay, so how they are getting it? They say that select is going to choose subset of tuples in a relation. What do you mean by subset? For example, the set of records here, how many? 5. Subset of record means what? Among the 5, like the first record of student relation may be a subset. Then the second record also may be a subset of which one? Student. Dick Davidson record is also a subset of a student. Rohan record is also a subset of student relation. Barbara Benson record is also a subset of a student, or else Benjamin and Chung, these two combination, if you are fetching, again this becomes a subset of the student relation, or else Chung, Dick, Rohan, even the combination of these three records also becomes a subset of student relation. Okay, so that is what you mean by select. Using the select operators, we can fetch the data with the by the subset of tuples. So in the relation, if in our example you are finding 5 records, so on applying the select or project operators, you may, according to the condition, based on what condition the user has given, according to the condition, the user may be displayed with either all the tuples or the subset of tuples. Did you all understand? So maybe I'll be giving that condition like this. So just check out here. Age is 19, 18, 25, 28, 19. If I give the condition, fetch the records, display the records for the from student relation where the age is greater than 20. Where age is greater than 20. So which records has to be selected? Only Dick Davidson and Rohan records has to be selected, right? Yes. So Dick and Rohan records will be selected, and these records or these tuples are the subset of which tuples? Student relation tuples. Okay. So similarly, if I give the condition, fetch the records or select the select the records from student relation where age is greater than 15. So age is greater than 15 means all the records are valid here to be displayed. So all the records will be displayed, or it will be selected to display. It means what? The output what we get with the select operator or the project operator, the number of records what we are going to view will be either equal to or less than the total number of tuples present in a relation. That is the one thing you should remember. Okay. One can consider the select operation to be a filter that keeps only those tuples that satisfy a qualifying condition. So when when a student relation is having some 200 records, so if you are not interested in viewing all the records, but you want to view only a particular records with certain condition, or if I want to have the list of students who have chosen the first language Kannada, or if I want to get the information of a student who has chosen the first language Hindi, like this. So the select operation is going to filter those records which are going to qualify the condition. What is the condition that it is qualifying? The students who have chosen the first language Kannada. If my condition is first language equal to Kannada, so if first language, if it is satisfying the Kannada value, then those student records will be displayed. Other records will not be displayed. Okay, so that is why it is telling it is going to filter and keeps only those tuples which are going to satisfy the qualifying condition. The select operation can also be visualized as a horizontal partition of the relation into two sets of tuples. Those tuples that satisfy the condition and are selected, and those tuples that do not satisfy the condition that are discarded. So it is easy, students. They are telling if we are using the select operator in the relational operation, then we can view the result as a horizontal partition. What do you mean by horizontal partition? Like this, the row of information. Okay. So if my condition is like this, select from student relation where name is equal to Benjamin. Select from student relation where name equal to Benjamin. What is the condition I have given? The name should be Benjamin. That record has to be selected. Okay, that is a query what I have given. So according to my condition, whether any record is matched here, yes, the first one, the first name The first record is having name Benjamin. So this particular tuple, this horizontal row of Benjamin Bayer, his SSN, home phone address, then office phone, age, then grade per average, all these information with respect to Benjamin will be displayed. Did you all understand? So it means what? Whenever a select operation is executed, there are two sets of tuples we can observe. Which are the two sets? One set of tuple is which one? The one which qualified or which satisfied the which got satisfied with the condition. So here the first record got satisfied by matching name is equal to Benjamin. This is one set of result. Which is the other set of result? The remaining four. So this is other set of tuples which did not match the condition given by the user. So that is why on executing select operation, there will be two sets of tuples or the output available. One set of tuples is which one? The one which is going to match the user given condition, and another set of tuples are those which doesn't match the user given condition. Okay, fine. Now let us consider this example. For example, to select the employee tuples whose department is 4 or those whose salary is greater than 30,000, we can individually specify each of these two conditions with a select operation as follows. So what is the requirement here, student? They are telling in case if we want to display the employee details or the employees information who are working in department number 4. So I want to view the employee information, employee records, particularly who are working in department number 4. Okay, or else my requirement is an employee's salary is greater than 30,000. So maybe I want to view those employee records whose salary is above 30,000. So we can individually specify each of these two conditions with a select operation as follows. So these two conditions can be formulated in the query as that is shown here. So observe here students, you are finding something like sigma, right? Yes, so this is a symbol for which one? The select operation. Okay, so the sigma kind of representation is considered to be as a select operation. So like this, normally we write like this, select. Okay, now how the syntax is written in which manner? Let us just check here. So this represents which operation? Select operation. Select operation means which is getting performed on one relation. So in which relation or on which relation it has to apply the select operation, which is a relation name employee. So whatever you are finding within the parenthesis, it is employee, and department number equal to 4. So what is the condition that is given here? So the qualifying condition is which one? Department number 4. So condition, qualifying condition. So in the employee relation, select from the employee relation, which is a condition here. What is the attribute? Where D number is equal to 4. So in the employee relation, the foreign key attribute, that is department number, you all know, right? In the employee table, if we have DNO, it is a foreign key, right? Yes, so if the foreign key attribute value is equal to 4, okay, then it has to display those employee records. That is a meaning. What is the second condition? Second way of getting the information, in case if we want to view the employees whose salary is greater than 30,000. Yes, so again select operation, on which relation you want to apply, that you should write it in the parenthesis. So employee, select from employee. What is the qualifying condition? So in the condition you are finding a which one? Attribute, that is salary. So what is the salary value? Salary should be greater than how much? 30,000. So this is a condition we have specified. So like this, based on the qualifying condition, the select operation is going to get the matched tuples for the user. So whoever whichever the employee's salary column, the salary attribute column will be greater than 30,000, only those employees information will be displayed. So let us assume that among 50 employees, some 20 employees salary is above 30,000. So when this select operation with condition salary greater than 30,000 is executed, it is going to give two sets of tuples results. So one set of tuples results will be like this, whose salary value is above 30,000, and another set of tuple values are those which didn't satisfy the condition, the where the salary is greater than 30,000, that is below 30,000 salary, whoever are drawing those information will be what displayed. Okay, so this is what you mean with the select operation. Now in general, the select operation is denoted by which symbol? The sigma kind of symbol, just now I told, right? Yes. So now itself, I explained that this is salary greater than 30,000, department number equal to 4. These are qualifying conditions. These are conditions. So, in the syntax, this is the operator or the diagrammatic representation. Then here with an angular bracket, we are finding the selection condition. Then again, following to that, the relation name. So, if you observe this syntax, okay, you can just compare here, select DNO equal to 4 from employee relation. So just check out, select DNO equal to 4, this is a condition and this is a relation, employee. Okay, fine, where the symbol sigma is used to denote the select operator, and the select condition is a boolean expression specified on the attributes of relation R. So this selection condition, what type of condition it is? So you all are familiar with relational operators and all, right? Comparison operators and all, right? Yes. So boolean means what? Any condition which is going to return either true or false value. So here in the select operation, the selection condition is a boolean expression. So always it is going to either return the true value or false value. Okay. So the selection condition is a boolean expression specified on the attributes of relation R. So DNA equal to 4. So DNO, that is department number, that is a attribute of which relation? Employee relation. Okay. So like this, equal to 4. Okay, and salary is the attribute of employee relation. Salary greater than or less than, whatever we specify, these are what? The boolean expression condition. Okay, notice that R is generally a relational algebra expression whose result is a relation. The simplest such expression is just the same name of a database relation. So just now I told students that select from employee where salary is greater than 30,000. So I told, in case among the 50 employees in a company, like 20 of the employees are having more than 30,000 salary. Okay, so it is going to display only those employee records whose salary is greater than how much? 30,000. Okay, so the set of tuples, what it is displaying, which the employees who are drawing the salary above 30,000, even those records which are displayed is a set of what? Relation is a the result also itself is a relation. So the R is generally a relational algebra expression whose result is a relation. The simplest such expression is just the name of a database relation. So, if the employee relation has displayed only those employee details who are drawing more than 30,000 salary, then that tuples which got displayed, even that is uh, actually binded to which relation? Employee relation itself. Okay, so the relation resulting from the select operation has the same attributes as R. So which whenever the result is given, like the employee relation whose salary is above 30,000. Let us assume that some 10 employees or 20 employees are drawing more than 30,000. So if those information is displayed as a relation only, as in terms of table only, so the table or the relation consists the same attributes as a original employee relation. Okay, so the output also will be following the same number of attributes what we found in the original relation employee. Okay, fine. The Boolean expression specified in selection condition is made up of a number of clauses of the form. So Boolean expression, the selection condition is of which type? Boolean expression, I told, right? So this Boolean expression is made up of what? Just check here, students. I gave an example, department number equal to 4. Department number equal to 4. This was a condition, right? Selection condition. So department number is what? It is an attribute name in the employee record, right? In the employee relation, DNO is a what? Foreign key attribute, right? Yes. So it is a, according to the syntax, the Boolean expression is what, or in the selection condition, the first parameter is representing what? The attribute name. The second is what? Having the comparison operator. So comparison. So equal to means what? It is checking whether the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So constant value. Constant value is which one here? 4. Okay. So in the employee relation, if the department number column is found with which value? 4 value, then it is going to return true and that tuple is selected for display. That is a meaning. The general form can also be used in this way. Attribute name followed by comparison operator followed by attribute name. So in the first general form we found constant value, right? Either constant value, you can also have the attribute name. For example, like the sometimes the primary key and the foreign key, if it has to be what? Compared. Okay, so the attribute name can be same. Okay, so that is why instead of constant value, some other attribute name can also appear over there. Okay, and in our later example problems you will be come acrossing such type of usage. Okay, so remember in the Boolean expression, that is with this form, select selection condition from the relation. So we are speaking with which one? Selection condition. In what manner the syntax should be there. So the attribute name followed by comparison operator followed by constant value or attribute name. Okay, so here attribute name is a name of an attribute of relation R, that is in the left hand side. For example, department number, it is a attribute name, one of the attribute found in the which relation? The employee relation, like that. So the comparison operator is normally one of the operators which it could be equal to, less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to, and constant value. So the value which you have inserted under that column. So the under the department number attribute column, what value we find, it is represented with a constant value from that particular attribute domain. For example, department number only 1, 3, 5, 4 exists means the value should be only in this domain only. 1, 3, 4, 5. Did you all understand? So like this, it should not be some out of domain. Okay. Then clauses can be connected by the standard Boolean operators and, or, and, not to form a general selection condition. So in the Boolean expression or the selection condition what we just now discussed, I gave a very simple example with department number equal to 4. So that is one of the qualifying condition, department number equal to 4. So such a selection condition can also be formed. Okay, can be created with the help of which other operators? And, or, and, not. Okay, so let us look into such type of usage. For example, to select the tuples for all employees who either work in Department 4 and make over 25,000 per year, or work in Department 5 and make over 30,000, we can specify the following select operation like this. So, which are the two conditions? Either which one? The employee working in Department 4, and what is the salary range? 25,000 dollars per year. Okay, or they may work in Department 5 and make over $30,000 per year. Okay, so any two, the condition satisfying any of these two possibilities, those tuples has to be selected. So how will we do this? We can what have these two variety of condition with the help of which one? And operator. Okay, just check out here students, which are the department numbers they have given. Department number 4 and department number 5, and from department number 4 25,000, and here from department 5 it is 30,000. Just check here, uh, select, this is the sigma operation, select the condition here, condition is being given, condition and the relation name. Okay, so here it is condition 1 and this is condition 2. So two conditions are being what connected, or they are connected with the help of which operators? And operators, or it could be connected with the help of or, not and all. So just check here. The employee should work in department number 4 as well as salary should be greater than how much? 25,000 per year. So this is one condition. An employee with department number 4 and salary greater than 25,000. Or see here in the condition they have given, or the employee may work in department 5 and make over salary 30,000 per year, right? So just check here, or we gave, or we have mentioned, and another possibility is what? Employee working in department number 5 and salary greater than how much? 30,000. Okay, so using and operator we have connected how many condition? Two condition, which is that department number should be 4 as well as salary should be greater than 25,000, and another condition is what? Department number equal to 5 and salary should be greater than 30,000. So these are the qualifying conditions. Either that department number 4 combination or the 5 combination. So that is given or connected with the help of which one? Or relation. Any of them, either left side or the right hand side, any one of them can be true. So if either one set of the conditions will be true, either left side or right side, those respective tuples will be displayed to the user. Is that clear? So here this was an example to show how the and or kind of operators are made used in the which one? Conditional, I mean the while satisfying certain conditions. Okay, then notice that all the comparison operators in the set equal to, less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to can apply to attributes whose domains are ordered values such as numeric or date domains. So always this equal to or greater than, less than, not equal to, these kind of comparison operators can be applied to only such attributes which are having the values in a ordered way, or like for example the value should be either numeric or it could be some date kind of data. Is that clear? If the domain of an attribute is a set of unordered values, then only the comparison operators in the set equal to or not equal to can be used. Suppose in the attribute, for a particular attribute, whatever the values are filled, for example, it could be some primary key value or some age information. Okay, so attribute age, attribute SSN, they will be holding their own values under that column, right? Yes, so if the domain of an attribute is a set of unordered values, if the values are not in a order, they are randomly placed, unordered, then only which type of operators can be applied? Comparison operators can be applied. And which are those comparison operators? Either equal to or not equal to, they can be used. Okay, an example of an unordered domain is the domain color. Just check your students, like if it is not a number here, color is not a number value, it is something like value red, blue, green, white, yellow. So these kind of values are referred as which one? Unordered. Okay, unordered values. If the domain of an attribute, for example, which is that domain color, okay, if the domain of an attribute is a set of unordered values, so unordered values means like this, red, green, we can't provide an order, ascending, descending, like that we can't provide an order for this particular color domain. Then only the comparison operators in the set, which one? Either equal to or not equal to can be used. Instead we cannot make use of less than, greater than and all. Are you all understanding? So what about ordered rules? So like ordered values means like it could be the salary value 30,000, greater than 30,000, less than 30,000. Okay, then date. So date of join. You may want to display the employees who has joined the company after um, June 2020. Okay, so above, greater than June 2020, like this we can specify the uh, condition for such type of ordered values, whereas which one, the color domain cannot be considered with which one, ordered values. So for such unordered values, the condition can make use of which operators? Either equal to or not equal to. Okay, so here where no order is specified among the various colors, some domains allow additional types of comparison operators. For example, a domain of character strings may allow the comparison operator substring of. Okay, so sometimes the character strings, any attribute which is of data type character strings. For example, like if you take name, first name, middle initial, then last name. So if the last name is something like Shetty, so name is all normally referred as a character data type, right? So in the under names, if you want to list the names whose last name is what? Shetty. Okay, so some domains allow additional types of comparison operators. For example, a domain of character strings may allow the comparison operator substring of. So with the help of substring of, we can try to fetch the which one, some part, I mean part of the value. Okay, for example, name, if it is having first name, middle initial, last name, then the subset or the part of the value of a name, like with the last name. Okay, so like that a domain of character kind of string kind of data types may allow the comparison operator, which one, substring. Usage of substring of can be used with such type of requirements. Okay, the Boolean condition and, or, and not have their normal interpretation as follows. So you all are knowing the way and, or, and not works. Okay, so in the and, what is the functionality? Condition 1 and condition 2 becomes true if both the conditions are true. Otherwise, it will be false. Then condition 1 or condition 2, it will be true if either any one of them will be true and other one will be false. Okay, or and it will be false when both the conditions will be false. Then not condition, it will be true if the condition is false, and if the condition is true it becomes true. So this is how the normal working of the and, or and not conditions. So to conclude with, the select operator is a unary, that is, it is applied to a single relation. As I initially told, this operator, the select operator, is a unary relational algebraic operator which could be actually used to apply only for a single relation. Moreover, the selection operation is applied to each tuple individually, hence selection condition cannot involve more than one tuple. So the meaning here is whenever a condition is given, like select from employee where department number equal to 4. So it is going to check tuple by tuple for all the records it is going to check. So with which attribute, department number attribute only, it is going to search whether any of the record is having the department number value 4. So the selection operator is applied to each tuple, to all the tuple it is trying to verify. It is checking whether it is matching or not. Individually to all the tuples it is going to match the given condition. Hence selection conditions cannot involve more than one tuple. So conditions, any selection conditions cannot be applied for more than one particular tuple. Okay, that is as it is applied to each. I mean, whenever output has to be displayed by satisfying a condition, the select operator is going to test each and every tuple in the relation. It cannot apply for a group of tuple. It cannot test the condition for a set of tuples. It has to test whether the condition satisfied by verifying at each tuple. That is a meaning. The degree of the relation resulting from a select operation, its number of attributes is the same as the degree of R. So I think you remember this. What is the degree of a relation means? The degree of the relation is nothing but the number of attributes value, right? So the degree of the relation will be resulting from which operator? Select operator. It is going to display all the attribute information with respect to the particular row or the tuple. Okay, so a relation, how much ever the attributes it has, it is going to display all the attributes information when any condition is satisfied. Is that clear? So I'll give you an example for that. So here, if I'm fetching a student record, select from student relation whose grade per average is greater than 2.5, is greater than 2.5. So what should be the output? The select operator, or actually operation, it is actually it has to check for all the tuples. My condition is what? Where the grade per average GPA is greater than 2.5. So it considers the first record. It checks whether GPA is greater than 2.5. Yes. Then it goes for the next tuple. It checks here whether 2.89 is greater than 2.5. Yes. This record is also will be selected. Then next record, yes, 3.53 above 2.5 it is. Yes, this is also selected. Again, it is going to check the condition for the fourth tuple. Yes, 3.93, it is also greater than 2.5. Then again, fifth record, it is going to check, yes, the 3.25 grade per average is greater than 2.5. So all these tuples are valid to display. Did you all understand? So when select operation has filtered and it has selected how many records has to be displayed to the user, which has satisfied the user condition, it is going to display all the attributes. So the degree of the relation is giving you the number of attributes present in the relation. So all the attributes information is displayed. Okay. Okay. The number of tuples in the resulting relation is always less than or equal to the number of tuples in R. So if any condition is given, like just now what I told, the student whose grade per average should be greater than 2.5. So when we analyzed all the tuples, all the 5 tuples satisfied the condition, it means it is going to display all the 5 records or the tuples, right? So the meaning here is the number of tuples in the resulting relation when on performing that select operation, on applying the select operation operator, whatever the result we will be getting to see, what is the result of that query on executing that select operator query. Okay, the result will be what it will be displaying the tuples which are less than the given relation, or maybe it could be equal to that relation. So according to our discussion, all the 5 tuples has satisfied the condition. It means what? It means what? The number of tuples in the resulting relation will be equal to what? The number of tuples in R. So if the condition is satisfied by all the tuples will be displayed. If it is not, only few records, so only few tuples have matched means, so among the total number of tuples, less than the existing tuples, that the tuples which satisfied the condition, only those tuples will be displayed. Okay, then that is, just check out here, select condition relation. So sigma, then C is representing the select condition, and what is this, to be applied on which particular relation, that is represented with capital R, is less than or equal to relation for any condition C. So it means what? On applying the select operator, the resultant relation will be always less than or equal to the number of tuples present in the given relation. The fraction of tuples selected by the selection condition is referred to as the selectivity of the condition. Suppose if I apply a select condition for a student relation, and only one of the record got selected, so that whichever the record got selected, we tell that as that result is referred as what? Selectivity of the condition. So on applying the selection condition, the resultant tuples or the resultant relation has arrived. Okay, so whatever the resultant will be displayed, that is referred as a selectivity of the condition. Okay, then the select operation is commutative. I hope you all know the meaning of commutative, that is A is equal to B and B is equal to A, both are same, right? A equal to B or B equal to A, both are same. So that is commutative property. So just check your students, the sigma operator, select condition 1, open parenthesis, here you are having select condition 2 from relation R. This, what is this? The innermost part is including one select condition on the respective relation. If this is satisfied, from that resultant relation which has to be selected, the condition, another condition has to be what? Tested. Are you all understanding? So the same left hand side possibility is written at the right hand side like this. Select condition 2. Here condition 2 was inside, right? Yes, here condition 2 was inside. Now here we have taken it out. So select condition 2, open parenthesis, select condition 1 from R. So hence a sequence of selects can be applied in any order. So what is the way here? A dot B is equal to B dot A, right? A into B is equal to B into A. That is that kind. The commutative property holds good with the select operation. So in this qualifying condition, we are finding two conditions for a relation, and those two conditions can be applied in any order, either A condition 1 followed by condition 2 or condition 2 followed by condition 1. Both are equal. So that is why they are telling the select operation is what? Commutative. Let us just check one another example here. In addition, we can always combine a cascade or sequence of select operation into a single select operation with a conjunctive AND condition. So they are telling select operator is applied for one single relation, yes, but a series or sequence of select statements can be applied. A single select operation with a conjunctive condition. With using the AND condition, you can apply any number of select condition. Just check out here. That is select operator sigma, select condition 1. Within parenthesis you are finding select condition 2. Again the parenthesis is open and now you are finding select condition R from relation R. So if you just check out here students, when we are executing these conditions, we will be giving the preference from the innermost, right? So first preference will be given for this, then second preference for this, and third preference for this. So 1, 2 and 3 like this. So the first this will be selected and shortlisted, then the second condition will be tried to what apply and the answer will be gathered, and again the outermost condition is applied for the which one resultant relation, so that we will be getting the final resultant selected which one relation. So here just check out select condition 1. In the innermost you are having select condition 2 and one more innermost you are finding condition n r. So this is equal to again what select condition 1, okay, and condition 2 and like that condition r. So here the left hand side innermost outermost how we have put the condition, it can be written in by using which one series of and operator also, okay. In SQL the select condition is typically specified in the where clause of a query. So how do we apply the condition in a SQL language, that is query in the query languages? Just check your students. So select, till now we were representing that in the as a sigma, right? Yes, select operation. Sigma represents select. So in our SQL query language we will be using this keyword select. Select star, star or asterisk symbol. It means what? All the attributes, all the attributes, all the attributes of which one? From employee. From employee is a relation. So select all the attribute from which relation? Employee relation, where how you are giving the condition by giving department number equal to fair. So where is a which one? The information we have to tell the by with the help of, I mean the condition which has to be satisfied has to be written with the help of where clause. So the this is referred as a clause or a keyword here, okay. So where department number equal to 4 and salary is greater than 25. So just check out here students, here you have connected two conditions with the help of which one? And operator, right? So select star means asterisk means what? All the attributes from which relation? From employee relation. So the condition is written with which clause? Where clause, where the conditions, two conditions are there. So you are connecting that two condition with the help of and operator. Select from employee, where the employee should be of department number 4 and the salary should be what? Above 25,000. So this is one sample how we write in the SQL language. So in the mathematically it is represented like this. Select is represented with sigma notation. Select the condition. Select condition is what? Department number equal to 4. And also one more condition, the employee should get a salary greater than 25,000. So satisfying condition is what? Department number equal to 4 and salary greater than 25,000. From which relation it should be? So relation name has to be given employee. Okay, so on framing this condition, we will be getting the employee records, only those employee records who are belonging to department number 4 and whose salary is greater than 25,000. Is that clear? So remember the concept, select operator is applied for a single relation, okay, and it is going to give the it is going to result with two sets of relation. One set of relation is which one? That satisfies the condition, and another set of tuples it is going to display which does not satisfy the condition, okay. Yes, with this we have finished discussing about the select operator. In our next class we shall discuss about the other unary operator project. Thank you.